Just proof positive again that the system realizes one thing. We need to have just two parties in place. That way we can just pretend that we're actually doing things, and as opposed to bringing the public real and lasting change. And the reason why they don't want there to be third parties or independents in an election is it exposes the hypocrisy of both of the parties and how they're operating. It exposes the idea that most of their political power is not gained because they have legitimate individual support from people. It's the coalescing or rounding up of special interest groups and corporate money so that they can corral the public or fool the public into thinking that they're working for the little guy, when in reality they're working for big union, big pharma, big this, big that, or some sort of special interest group that now gets a payback, and they get a payback. But the individual donut shop owner, the little guy on the street, forget it, man. They're not working for you. They're going to pretend that they are. And this is where we go back to, why are there false flags? Why were there the warnings during the Church Commission? Because they knew that if the press, whether it be the radio or the TV or the newspapers and the CIA, is writing columns for them, how easy it is to manipulate the public. So that, when you hear you read a thing in the newspaper and you're hearing about Ukraine, the United States started the uprising. We were involved in getting this thing going that was over there. This is when we heard the story about the State Department official that was using the F-bomb in terms of referring to, what Europe thinks about what's going on. We're behind this. Now, look, Putin has his hand in it too, but you can't pretend that the United States is not interfering in the internal developments of foreign countries that are completely – there's nothing in the Constitution, or again, nothing in the Constitution that says we have this power or we should be doing this or it recommends we do this.
Hey, X, I want to bring up, when you just brought up the Ukraine, I want to let our listeners know that muckrakernews.com, that's muckrakernews.com, we just brought in a writer from the Ukraine to write for us, and certainly now we're reaching out with some of our contacts to start bringing people in from Syria, from around not only the country but from around the world to write independently for us. We have some great stuff going on, so I encourage folks to go to Muckraker News, and right here in Northeast Pennsylvania have an opportunity to get involved with what we're doing. We're excited about what we're doing. We really are, but we need more help. I can't even tell everybody how many calls that we're getting on a daily basis from around the country. Certainly on this custody for cash issue, and that's something that I'm going to talk about here in the last segment for sure, because that's pretty important too.